Can I be honest with you guys? Uh-oh. Okay, so hey guys and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying out some more new makeup. I know that I've been trying out a lot of new things recently, so maybe next week I will try a little harder to reuse a lot of the things that I have, but at the same time, like, there's a lot of collections from the drugstore or new products from the drugstore that I've been dying to try, so we're just going to try some more stuff today. I have some new products from the new Physicians Formula Natural Defense line. So I have a foundation, a concealer, a cream blush, and a finishing powder. We also have some products from Catrice that I'm excited to try. I have a new Essence mascara. They sent this to me. This was the PR box. Isn't that cute? I like the little panda bear. But yeah, there's two new formulas of mascara. I'm probably only going to be able to try one. I also wanted to throw in the Milani Fruit Fetish setting sprays because I didn't have a chance to try these yet. And then we also have some new colorful eyeliners from NYX that I'm excited about. These are the new Epic Wear liner sticks. And then I've got some Revlon lip products too. So we're just gonna get right into it. I'm just gonna start off with my base. So the first thing I'm gonna try today is this Natural Defense foundation from Physicians Formula. They sent me 3 shades. These 2 seem to be the ones that will probably work best for me. I'm gonna try the shade Light today, just based off of looking at the shade in the packaging. So let's talk about what this is supposed to do. It has an SPF of 30. It's supposed to protect against pollution and blue light as well. It says it's a lightweight sheer to light foundation that blurs, protects, and perfects with our exclusive complex for smooth, flawless complexion. And it says it has a miracle blurring formula that again protects from pollution and blue light and the sun. And yeah, that seems like basically it. It says to shake well before use, so we will. I'm not going to use a primer today. Sometimes I do, and I actually had a new primer I wanted to try. But since I'm using so many new complexion products, I figured I should skip a primer and just go straight in with this foundation to get a better feel for how it actually, works. So here it is right here. It comes in this squeezy tube with a pump on the top, so the packaging seems nice. And you guys, I'm sure I'm not the only one, and I actually know I'm not the only one who's very sad that they are discontinuing their healthy foundation. I'm just trying to pump some of this out on the back of my hand. Hold on. I know how many of you guys became such big fans of that foundation. You guys obviously know that I love that foundation. So, it's heartbreaking, honestly. I am so sad that they're discontinuing that. So we'll see if this is similar or not. I have no idea. I'm just going to take that on the back of my hand, and I'm going to start by applying this on half of my face just so that we can get a good idea of the coverage that this gives. I'm going to push my mirror back really quick. Oh my gosh, I just got foundation on my hood. No! How did that even happen? I don't know. It definitely has like a scent to it. It smells pretty fresh, but there is definitely a scent. I'm going to go ahead and take my sponge with what's left on the back of my hand, and I'm going to press this down into the skin, and then we'll do a little side-by-side comparison up close to see, what I feel about this. Okay, I probably could have gone with the shade darker. These seem to run a little bit lighter than I thought, but we can always warm up the complexion with bronzer later. Okay, so here is the side with the product. Here's the side without. This definitely has less coverage than the Healthy Foundation, if I'm thinking of that specifically. It has a little bit of a luminosity to it, which is nice. And it's clinging a little bit to the dry patches on my chin. Just something to point out. But, when I step back, it looks pretty nice. Let's just go ahead and apply it to the other side of the face. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell when it's only on half the face, but I wanted to show you guys the coverage that it gave. And I used 2 pumps on one half of the face, so they were correct in saying that this is definitely a sheer to light coverage foundation. It's not going to give you full coverage, but it'll even out the skin tone, obviously, and I bet you could build it up if you wanted. I've been more into lighter coverage complexion products recently, so it's not a deal breaker for me anymore the way that it used to. Just going to apply that with that same foundation brush on the other half of my face. And then I'm just going to go ahead and press that down again with my beauty blender. Okay, so here's what it looks like all over the complexion. I do like the radiance that it gives the skin. Like I said, it's not a full coverage kind of situation, but as long as you are expecting that, I don't think you would be disappointed in the level of coverage that it gives. We're going to go ahead and try out the concealer. They sent me 1 shade in this, so I hope it works for me. It should. This is the shade Light, and this is their Natural Defense Concealer. This also has an SPF of 30 in it. It's one of these cushion applicator things. I'm not the biggest fan of these types of applicators. I have this same type of idea in one of my Charlotte Tilbury concealers, and it just gets messy, but we'll try it out. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this underneath the eyes. I'm gonna dot it over blemishes as well. I'm gonna make sure to close the cap so it doesn't like explode in the packaging. And then I'm actually just gonna blend this out with my sponge. Okay, so this concealer definitely has more coverage, and it's nice if you are like me and you like to have a little bit more of a sheer base and then you spot conceal with a more full coverage concealer. That's exactly what this is. So I am liking the combo actually. I'm gonna take what's left on the sponge and just go over my eyelids to cancel out any discoloration there. Okay, so there's the complexion with just the foundation and concealer. I'm gonna open up these Natural Defense Setting the Tone Finish Powder. This is in the shade Light. So this has an SPF of 20. It's supposed to be lightweight, breathable, and translucent. Oh, it says to lightly brush on powder over face and neck to even out skin tone with a natural looking finish. For the most even application, be sure to tap excess powder from the brush before applying. May be worn alone or over makeup. Okay, and it's supposed to have the same benefits as far as like sunscreen and blue light defense or whatever, so that's kind of the point of the whole line. I'm gonna start with the under eye area with this. I'm just gonna tap this underneath the eye. I'm being very gentle so that I don't disturb the coverage underneath. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side. And then I was thinking I might try to use the Natural Defense Finishing Powder in the shade Medium for the outermost parts of my face. I wanna see if it would work well as a bronzer, so I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna gently press over everything with my sponge just to try to smooth out any of that powdery finish and press it into the skin even more. Okay, let's try the shade Medium. It says it's translucent, but I wonder how translucent. I guess we'll find out with this. I'm gonna dip into this with a fluffier brush. I'm gonna try to tap off the extra and then maybe use it as a bronzer? I don't know if it's the right tone for a bronzer, but we're gonna try it. I'm not going anywhere today, so if this ends up looking wild, oh well. All right, so it's definitely more on like the yellow tone side for a bronzer because it's, you know, supposed to be a face powder, but I don't hate how it's applying. I actually kind of like how sheer it is. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of go over the edges of the bronzer just with that sponge one more time. I wanted to apply a little bit of this Catrice Sungasm Luminizing Bronzer. They sent me 2 shades. I don't know if they make more than these 2, but here are the 2 shades. We have this one right here. This is called CO2 Bronzed Euphoria. And then the slightly lighter shade, which is the one I'm gonna use, is CO1 Golden Ecstasy. I'm actually gonna take that on the same bronzer brush that we just used. I'm just gonna layer that right on top of the medium powder. You guys know I've been kind of into a little bit more of a luminous bronzer look, so hopefully this one will be pretty. I'm just using a small amount at a time and just building that up. And same thing, I'm just gonna go over the edges with my sponge just to make sure that everything is as blended as possible. I'm actually gonna highlight the face next. Look how massive this is. This is the new Catrice Sungasm Face and Body Highlighter. It looks so pretty. I really hope this isn't too deep for me, but I guess there's only one way to find out. I'm gonna go ahead and take this on a little highlighter brush, and I'm just going to apply that on the high points of the face. Oh, it seems to be working well, actually. Ooh, do you guys see that? That's so pretty. It's definitely very intense, so I'm trying to be a little bit more careful of how much I'm applying. But I mean, that is glowy, and I really like it. Ooh, I'm actually very excited about that. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by how pretty that is. Oh my, it's a very intense highlighter, but again, if you use just a small amount and then kind of press it into the skin even more, it just kind of looks almost wet on the skin. I like that. It might be slightly too dark for me right now, but when I turn to the side, it's fine. In the front, there's a little bit of a shadow, but it's not major. I think I'd probably still wear it. Okay, for blush, we're gonna use this from Physicians Formula as well. This is the Natural Defense Multicolor Stick. This also has an SPF of 20, and I am gonna use the shade Soft Pink. Here's what it looks like. It's basically just like this balm. I'm gonna go ahead and actually apply this on the back of my hand first, just so I have the most control. I'm gonna melt the product into the hand. That's actually a really pretty shade. This actually seems promising. I'm gonna take that on the back of my sponge and then try to press it into the skin. Hello? Is it showing? I might need to get a little bit more so that the sponge doesn't suck up all the product. Okay, there we go. It's starting to build up a little bit more. I'm switching over to using my fingers. I think that might be a better way to initially apply this. Regardless, it's not too much of a pigmented blush, at least not the shade on me, so it's gonna look really natural, which I kind of like, actually. I like that. I'm usually somebody who loves a very visible blush, but I kind of like how soft that's looking on the skin. I'm going to build the same color up on the other side. I like the color of that a lot. It does seem to be moving things around a little bit underneath. That probably could have been avoided by not putting powder there, but I mean, it's too late now. I'm just wiping off any foundation that's on the lips. I actually usually look for a cream formula and a blush that's going to layer decently over powders, because I usually do put powders through this T-zone here because I have larger pores and I get oily, so I probably should have tried it underneath the powder, but almost every cream blush that I personally love and use works well over powder, so maybe this formula is one that just doesn't. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna move on to eyebrows. I'm gonna just go ahead and fill in the brows really quickly. I'm gonna use my Thrive Cosmetics brow pencil. Okay, now that brows are on, I'm actually going to pick my lipstick first because that'll kind of direct the eye look in a way. So Revlon sent me here. They sent me this right here, and it's full of the new Revlon and Sophia Carson collection, and they have like a bunch of lipsticks. They have some red lipsticks, some matte liquid lipsticks, and they have like a nail polish collection as well. I was wanting to try out one of the matte lipsticks. They just look really pretty. There's this gorgeous nude right here. I think I might try this. This is called Untold Stories. Okay, that's so pretty. It's a little bit light just for what I had in my head. So what I'm gonna do is actually layer the other nude shade. This is called Obsessed. I'm gonna put this all over the lips first, and I'm just gonna blend the edges with my finger. And then I'm gonna try to layer in the lighter shade in the center. I think that looks really nice. I'm just gonna press that in with my finger as well. I'm just taking a clean lip brush to make the lines look more precise around the edges. I really like that lip combo a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and use the ColourPop Garden Variety palette just to do a quick look before doing the eyeliner. I'm gonna take the lightest shade called Deserted. By the way, if you wanna see a full review on this collection, I will have it linked down below. I'm just gonna create a nice base across the entire lid with that Deserted shade. I'm going to go ahead and take the peachy shade in the palette called Prickly Please. I'm just going to build that up in the crease and a little above as my transition shade. I'm going to take some of that same shade and just pinch the brush and run it across the lower lash line for a little definition there. Okay, so now I get to pick some of these fun colors to play with. I don't really know what I want to do. I almost feel like something blue or green would be really pretty, but also so would something orange. I'm going to open up the orange pencil and just see what it looks like. Ooh, this one's really pretty. I just opened it and I'm swatching it. This is called Orange Zest. It has a really cool kind of golden shift. I think this could be so fun. What if we did like an orange and pink situation? I don't know. There's just so many fun colors, we might as well. And like I said, if the look turns out weird, I'm not going anywhere, so we can just test out the formula and see how it wears, you know? All right, so here's the pink one. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch that. This is called Pink Spirit. That one is more matte. It doesn't have as much of a sheen to it. Okay, I'm starting to get an idea. Okay, I think I'm gonna do pink to orange, and maybe we'll even go in the inner corner with the yellow. Starting out on the outer corner, I'm gonna do a little bit of a wing. I need a little angled brush for this so I can kind of buff it into the lid. I'm not the best at winged eyeliner, but I'm trying. Okay, so there's the pink. I'm gonna layer in the orange now, starting where I left off, kind of layering it over top of the pink a little bit. Ooh, this one's a really cool color. I love the sheen that it gives. I'm just layering this up until I get the desired effect and making sure that it blends nicely into the pink. I don't know if I should do a yellow inner corner. I kind of like the pink and orange, but all right, same thing on this side. I'm just building up the pink till it's as intense as I want, and then same thing. I'm just gonna start from the outer edge with the orange, blending it with the pink, and then bringing that in more toward the inner corner. Okay, I love how that looks. I'm just gonna open the yellow one to see what this is. If it's kind of shimmery like the orange, I think it might be really pretty in the inner corner. I have to use tweezers to open these because they're each individually wrapped. So it takes a little bit. Okay, I'm swatching the yellow, and it's definitely a very, very vibrant, almost neon yellow situation. I don't know. We're gonna try it. Why not? I'm just gonna kind of touch it to the edge of the orange and then bring it into the inner corner. So far what I've gathered from these are they're so fun. I feel like I should stop there probably. Otherwise things could look a little crazy, but like it's taking everything in me not to do a full-on rainbow because they're just so cool. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot of different finishes. I wasn't sure if every single one of these was a shimmer shade, but there's a mix between shimmer and matte, and I think it's really fun. There's also something I should point out is there's neutral colors too. So if you're not someone who wants to do like a rainbow eyeliner look, there's tons of neutrals. They've got a black and a white as well, but then there's so many fun colors to play with. I'm really into it if you can't tell. All right, we're gonna move on to mascara. We've got 2 new mascaras, but I'm gonna just try one, obviously. These are the new Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes and then What the Fake mascara. I wanna try Bye Bye Panda Eyes. This says it's long lasting and it's smudge proof. And you guys know that I love a good smudge proof formula. I can't stand when a mascara smudges, so if this is claiming to do that, we should put it to the test. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this to the top and bottom lashes. This one's supposed to be volumizing and defining, it says. The other one has fibers in it, so it's supposed to be more volumizing, I think. This one might give a little volume, but I think it's mostly lengthening maybe? Essence makes really nice mascaras, so I'm excited to try this out. And I'm praying that it works for me. Wow, so it definitely gives a very natural kind of lash look to the eyes. It obviously lengthened and there is a little volume there, but it separates the lashes too really nicely. And I know so many people look for that in a mascara. I'm somebody who actually looks for a little more clump and volume usually in my daily mascaras. I just love that effect. But I know so many people don't want any clumps in their mascaras, and this seems to be applying in a way where it's very lengthening and separating. All right, I'm going to step back and assess the situation. I'm just gonna brush my brows up really quickly. Can I be honest with you guys? Uh-oh. Okay, so my skin looks very dewy on camera. In person, folks, I already look like a grease ball, and I haven't even started my wear test yet, so this could be kind of interesting. We're just gonna go with it. It could be a great day to not go anywhere if things keep getting dewier, but who knows? We'll give it a shot. It might just stay glowy like this, so I have to like give it a fair shot. But I'm gonna go ahead and set everything. Well, hold on. I'm all over the place today. My desk is a disaster. I wish you could see it. Actually, I probably don't wish you could see it because it's that messy. It's like embarrassing, but oh well, what can you do? I'm just taking a little bit more of my bronzer brush and kind of pressing that all over the skin. I'm gonna take a tiny bit more of this powder, the Natural Defense Finishing Powder, in an attempt to maybe tone down some of the shine here. Maybe it's from the cream blush. Yeah, that looks a little better. We're gonna try out one of these Milani Fruit Fetish Make It Last setting sprays. Let's see, I can only try one probably, but I'll show you guys the scents. So we have Kiwi Watermelon, we have Dragon Fruit Peach, ooh, that sounds good, and we have Mango Coconut. Oh, you know what? It's a toss-up between these two for me. Let's do Mango Coconut. I feel like my eye look kind of looks like a mango coconut kind of a vibe. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna make sure to spray it to the side before trying to spray it on my face. I'm gonna block the mascara because I don't want this setting spray to ruin the effect of the mascara, you know, or the wear of the mascara. So I'm gonna block my eyes and spray the outsides of the face. Oh wait, we gotta smell it. Oh, that's nice. Okay, yeah, it's a very subtle scent. It's not overpowering at all, which I like. I was a little bit nervous because certain scents can give me headaches, but this one smells good. We'll see if it lingers on the skin. I'm just gonna dry this off with my fan. And then I'm going to just gently press my sponge over everything. We'll do a little bit of brow gel while we're at it. I'm just gonna use this one right here. It's a clear one from Hourglass. Okay, so here is the final look. We're gonna do a wear test today. So it is currently 1:55, so almost 2 p.m. I'm gonna wear this for as long as possible and we'll see how the foundation and concealer and powder hold up. Yeah, I guess so far the thing I'm most excited about is actually the eyeliner, which is interesting because I'm not a huge eyeliner person, but I genuinely had the best time picking out the colors and creating this really simple kind of a eyeliner look. I don't know. I'm really into it. And I also really like the lip color. And the other thing that I really like based off my first impressions so far, we'll see how it wears, is this Sungasm Face and Body Highlighter. I think it looks so pretty on the skin. So yeah, I guess, you know, time will really tell when it comes to how these things work. Oh, I forgot to check for mascara marks. I'm dropping everything. I've got to clean my desk. I'm gonna go ahead and buff off the mascara marks before we proceed. All right, so yeah, let's do a wear test. I'm gonna start with my first check-in by the window, and then I'm gonna wear it for seriously as long as possible. And we'll just see what my thoughts are at the end, and we'll see if any of these things are worth it. So I'll see you guys in my first check-in. All right, so this is me, obviously, by the window in front of natural light, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what things look like in natural light. So the only thing that I'm really noticing is, okay, so overall, like when I step back, I like the radiance that my face has initially. When you look up close though, it's already starting to kind of look just not as good as other foundations on me. So, you know, if it wears like this all day, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but if it keeps wearing and it gets worse than this, then that would be where I would have some issues, I feel. I love the eye look today. I think it's really fun, really simple, but a statement at the same time, and the lip color looks gorgeous too. So those are kind of the two things that I'm the most intrigued by. The mascara is really pretty. I already feel like it might not be one that I personally reach for because of the effect that it gives, but of course I'm going to wear it and I'll let you guys know if it smudges or flakes, because I know so many people who love this type of a lash effect when it comes to their mascara. So yeah, this is right after filming. We're going to wear it for a lot longer than this, so fingers crossed that everything looks good, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next check-in. All right, you guys, it's currently at 10:21 p.m., so I've been wearing this for a little over 8 hours, and I think I have a pretty solid idea of what I think about all of these products. So there's something that I like about it. I'll tell you those things first, and then we'll move into the things I don't like. First of all, I tried my best not to touch my lips so I could really see how the lipstick wore off, but because of that, my lips feel so dry, so I have to put something on them because I literally can't go another minute with my lips feeling this dry. But with that being said, I do have a solid opinion on the lipsticks as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the complexion. So the thing that I kept noticing all day long, and like I said in my check-in, I loved the overall radiance of the foundation. I don't know what it was, but there was something that was really, really working. But then there's also something that's really, really not working for me. First of all, it's a little bit too shiny right now for my liking. It was looking really nice and fresh and dewy until like 2 hours ago, and now I just feel like I look like a grease ball. Now this could be prevented if I were to touch up my makeup, but I didn't do it today, obviously, because I'm doing a wear test. The thing that I don't like about it too is everything looks a little bit heavy up close around the T-zone for me. I don't know if that's because that's where I focused the most powder or what. I'm gonna have to try these things again, but I think I'm gonna give this another go because there was something about my complexion that honestly I really, really loved today. And I think it might be this. Maybe I'll combine this with some of my more familiar products and some of the things that I really love. As of now though, I don't think I'm like head over heels in love with this. There was something that I liked, but to be honest, I am so in love with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation, and that gives a very similar effect, but it wears so beautifully on the skin, and it's gonna have a little bit more coverage than this as well, so you're not gonna have to cake it up as much. I think that was part of the problem too, because this had light coverage. I feel like I added a little too much on my skin, and that might be what made it look heavy as I wore it throughout the day. So I'll get back to you on this. I am gonna wear it again because I think I like it. This, I think, is what made my skin look a little bit cakier in the T-zone, so I'm not sure if I liked it for that reason. I actually kind of liked the formula in the medium shade of this powder. The shade itself wasn't exactly accurate, so maybe I'll check and see how the deep shade looks, or if there's like another shade in this that I could potentially use as a bronzer, and if the undertone would be a little bit better. I liked how my skin looked though, and I feel like it really was bronzed nicely, but like it's not the most ideal undertone for me. But I preferred the finishing powder as more of a bronzing product versus a setting product in the T-zone. Okay, this next product, I think this is honestly probably one of the main things that made me love my complexion today as far as the radiance goes, and that is the Catrice Sungasm Highlighter. You guys, I went and checked the price on this. It's only $10. It's massive, and it literally gave my whole face a gorgeous glass skin effect. I am obsessed with this already. Like, I really feel like this is going to be one of my new go-tos. I'm so excited about it. I absolutely love it. I think it would actually work really well across all different skin tones because the undertone isn't too golden and it's also not too cool toned either. It literally just looks like a glazed donut on your skin. It is beautiful, and I'm the most excited about this, definitely. Oh, I forgot to talk about the Physicians Formula Multicolor Stick Sunscreen Blush. Honestly, I'm actually impressed with how well this wore on the skin, so I do feel like I would reach for it again. I don't think it's my favorite cream blush I've ever tried. I am really into the Honest Beauty cream blushes if we're talking drugstore, and then also there's so many that are high-end that I'm loving right now. The Patrick Ta blush duos are some of the ones that I've been reaching for the most right now. So I like this though. Like, I'm actually very impressed at how long this stayed on the skin. I was thinking that it would probably fade, especially since it was more of a subtle color, but I'm happy that it didn't. I do feel like it did contribute a lot to the oiliness in this area though, so that is something to point out. It's more of a hydrating formula. It's more of like a balmy formula. So next time I wear it, I probably would avoid coming in too close to the T-zone for me because my pores are extremely emphasized right now. Let's move on to the eyeliners. This is probably the second best thing that I tried today, I feel. I loved my eye look today. The concealer on the lids did crease quite a bit, but that's okay. But I actually really, really loved how this eyeliner wore. It stayed vibrant all day long, and I'm really excited to play with the other colors. So I was pretty giddy about these two items. Everything else I'm kind of on the fence about. Oh, I did also like the Milani Fruit Fetish scented setting spray. This is a really nice setting spray. This is just the Make It Last formula, which is something that I've been using for a long time. It's a great option from the drugstore for a really long lasting makeup look. Yeah, I think the summer scents are really fun. What else am I missing? I think, oh yeah, the concealer. Let's talk about the concealer. No, it looks really crepey under the eyes. And I don't feel like I have dry under eyes, you know? I use a lot of different concealers and they don't really do that underneath my eyes. So I definitely don't love that. Okay, we're moving on to the last thing. I think this is the last thing. It's not that mascara, it's this one. The Bye Bye Panda Eyes Mascara. Listen, I'm sad to report that there are little bits of flaking underneath my eyes. So for a smudge-proof mascara, it didn't smudge. I'll give it that. Like usually if it smudges, it's going to be smudging up here because my lashes touch my brows a lot through the day. So it didn't smudge, but it's not completely flake proof. It's not huge flakes that are coming down because the formula was so thin, but it definitely left a little something under the eyes. So not the best that I've ever tried. Goodness gracious, I tried a lot today, didn't I? We're going to talk about the Sungasm Luminizing Bronzer. Maybe this was a part of why I loved my makeup so much as far as the luminosity goes, so I am excited to keep using this. I think the best way for me to use these types of products is to layer them on top of a more matte bronzer first. I think that is a really great way to kind of get the definition that you want without emphasizing texture. And then you can just take like a little fluffy brush and dust the luminizing bronzer on top, and it just gives, yeah, just that glass skin effect, which is what I had today. And I feel like maybe this was a lot of that. I'm definitely going to try those again. I was very, very excited about them. All right, this is last but not least. This is the Sophia Carson and Revlon lipsticks. This is the matte formula. I really did like the shade that it created mixing both, and it actually lasted a very, very long time on my lips. I personally would have layered a lip balm or a gloss probably halfway through the day today because my lips did start to feel a little bit dry. But with that being said, it had great longevity and it lasted through 2 meals. I think this might be a great option from the drugstore if you're looking for a good new nude lipstick. But yeah, they are a little on the drying side. It is a matte formula though, so that's kind of what I was expecting, but the longevity is there. All right, you guys, that completes this video. I would love to know in the comments below what you guys think of all these products. What I personally learned from this video is definitely check this out. And if you are somebody who is into colorful liners or just a good old liner in general, check out the NYX eyeliners, and those are definitely the two things that I'm the most excited about out of this video. But yeah, definitely some hits and misses here, but the hits I'm really excited about. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have tried any of these products and what you think. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.